Testing our mic. All right, we are on day 540 of The Journey Begins. We are over at Inkwood. We are working on the ravine today. One of these days, we will actually get our stream pushed back to closer to 10 a.m. Pacific time. Today, what we were working on that delayed us is testing out the Tickfinity follower and like integration. And it looks like we have that going now, so likes and follows, at least initial likes, I don't know about subsequent, and follows should have a little animation in the middle of the screen and it should have a little sound effect as well. So we were playing around getting that going. We tested the animation before and it was working, but I didn't see it last stream, so we tried to make it a little catchier so we could see it. And then we added a sound effect so we can hear when it happens as well. And if you like the sound point redemptions on other channels, I think you'll like the sound for a follow here as well. On that note, we are going for a thank you, Seabullers. That's this animation we were talking about and the sound effect. I appreciate that. How's the Thursday and playing any Minecraft or other games yourself? And while we're thinking of it, we are trying to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok with an intermediate of 500 and 70 on Twitch and making affiliate. And with that out of the way, we are going to focus on carving out this block section here and this block section here and seeing how far we can get. And then we're going to head back to Overmorrow, and we're going to do some terraforming there, laying down some dirt. All right. So with that, yeah, let's focus on this block first, actually. Yeah, let's do this. And then we'll go back. Hello, Barbara. How's it going? How's the Thursday and playing any Minecraft or other games yourself? We are working in the ravine at Inkwood right now, chipping away at taking this down to bedrock. And then after that, we'll wrap it up and then we'll add the texturing details. So adding lights and whatnot to the walls, some campfires, cobwebs, things of that nature. So having it fit kind of the vibe that we're going for in the story that we're writing. Oh, nice. You're feeling calming, or hopefully the stream is calming as well. I'm going for a story back builds, taking the time to build things, not going as fast as we can, taking time to think about the builds as we go and the story that we're trying to write. behind it as well. So we are trying to write a novel and kind of building that world in Minecraft, as well as another side project of how the world kind of came to be, and that will be on GitLab as just like a public project from the perspective of the character that we're calling the builder. So why are iron golems here, Enderman, and whatnot? The novel is an actual novel that we're trying to write and publish at some point. I'm checking that off the bucket list. All right. And I do my best to kind of monitor the audio as well, but if anything ever sounds off, feel free to let me know in the chat. And anything you like about the stream or would like added to the stream or even removed from the stream as well. Happy to at least consider what people are looking for out of the stream. Try to find that middle ground between what I'm going for and what people are looking for. Because outside of wither battle or dragon for the purposes of getting more portals or getting beacons or whatnot, there won't be a lot of PvE. And then I guess experience farms, but trying to downplay the PvE as much as we can, and no PvP in this world. Which I guess on that note, it is a private realm. However, I think it's exclamation social on TikTok and links on Twitch. We'll get you a link to our link tree, and that has a link to GitLab. And every 6 months, we take a backup of the world and make it available there for anyone that wants to take the work that we've done and make it their own, continue your own story, take it down, use the resources, like whatever fits your needs. Part of that is we have Haven's End in the Nether, which we will visit a little bit later in the year, try to finish some of that up. But it is a 1,000 by 1,000 perimeter city, or will be 1,000 by 1,000 perimeter city in the Nether. Right now, we're laying down the slabs. So we're basically laying down 1 million slabs. And the purpose of that is to build something large in the Nether, because not everyone likes building in the Nether, and some people just don't like going to the Nether for safety. So building something there that people can use to have a safe place in the Nether. Wait, is it here? Where's the... Oh, we're going over here first. Okay. All right, let's go through this. And we're kind of doing this double dipping here in Haven's End and Inkwood, because I'm trying to save maybe the last, or limit it to, I guess, the last 5 minutes of a stream to do some mending on tools so that we can spend that time not really focusing on much other than chat. And it takes more than that to mend our tools. And so once we've mined what we can here, we can focus on the dirting, otherwise known as the terraforming and laying down the dirt in Overmorrow, which doesn't really require as much of our pickaxes, but it's mostly, well, it's a combination of our pickaxes and shovels, but we can make that work so that we can spend longer building and spend more time off stream doing the mending and some of the admin stuff. Okay, so this needs to... Okay. Alright, so get some of this here. Okay. Drop off some of this stuff here. Okay, good. So let's oh, okay. And we're at 40, which is our other interim goal here. We're leveling up everything to 40. Reassess how things are going, and then we'll go down to 30. Okay. Yeah, that's working out pretty good. Let's see if we can get out all the gravel we can, and that way we won't have to do it as much later. Okay, there we go. Oh, and we forgot to do, well, we forgot to do some AFKing at our creeper farm, so we'll have to try to remember to do that today. Because we need all the TNT we can get. A little bit here to help speed things up, and a lot in Haven's End for the netherrack. Because there's a lot of caverns and stuff, I can't get a good calculation on it. And I don't know any good algorithms off the top of my head for estimating that kind of thing. So I'm assuming a solid body roughly, and that would make it about 30 million blocks that we need to remove in the nether. Give or take a couple million. Okay. Okay, so let's... Okay, so we'll cut through here. I like 3 high, okay. Oh, put that there, that'll light this up, and lets us mark down 40. I mean, we'll pick it back up once we start digging down deeper, but that works for now. That's weird. So yesterday our stream stats and OBS were holding up really steady. Today it's holding off at 60 FPS and 4 to 6 on the render frame. Less than 1%, so 0.9 on the missed frames for rendering lag. But the skipped frames for encoding is almost 10%. And yesterday it was down to 0. That is weird. So far the stream is holding up, which is good. I mean, not gonna... The last 2 days we've had an issue where yesterday it was within the first 2 or 3 minutes. We lost connection on the OBS side, the local side. And the day before it was probably at the close to the 2 hour mark. So hopefully it holds out the rest of the stream. We are going for about an hour and a half today. I wanted to go for 2 hours, but we got a little late start trying to get the follow alerts, unlike alerts, going. And confirming that they worked with C Wheeler's follow. Serial designation. I don't know who Alex is. And on that note, I don't mind other languages so long as they can be Google translated. Thank you for the follow, Serial. Appreciate it. Welcome in. How's the Thursday, and do you play any Minecraft or any other games? So let's some dirt here. We have a lot of dirt up top too in our chests, so we'll grab that whenever we do make it back to Overmorrow. I think we'll take out this chunk here, this section, and then we'll head over to Overmorrow and do some stuff. Because this section and maybe that section, that should get us pretty close to our halfway mark. And then we can spend kind of half in each. Let's do that. Oh, we should probably drop off some of what we have so that we can not leave so much on the ground. All right, let's go. Okay, that works. Right. And then move this back and forth this a bit. And yeah, we don't mind longer streams, and we always make exceptions if there's enough people in chat. We can stick around longer. Not sure what item you're referring to, sir. But let's cut through here. Oh, that was an interesting rendering, seeing all the chests kind of rendering one by one. All right. All right. All right, let's just do this side and then the other side since we have some holes here. Do this. Alright, nature took its course and took out the zombie for us. Whoop. Alright, how are things going? So... there we go. This is going pretty well. There we go. Another... well, now we're one more down and up? Yeah, so go back and... there we go. Okay. Okay. We should drop up some stuff before we go get more. Yeah. Oh. Condense those. Get a little more space. Okay, good. Oop. I see coal in our inventory that we forgot to get rid of. Okay, now let's go get that little section there, and then we'll do this piece here. And that'll be good. Doing it well, we're not quite doing it 10 blocks at a time. We're recalibrating every 10 layers, but when we take pause at that 10 layers, you can see we're making good progress. You can see how deep this is coming. Get a feel for what it will look like roughed up. Yeah, I think this will work out pretty well, because by the time we get the other side done, we'll be at some point over 30 minutes in. And then that gives us another 30, 45 minutes, give or take, I'm guessing, over in Overmorrow. And that'd be good. Okay. Okay. Okay, where's the wall here? Ah, there's the wall. Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, some other things we want to improve. Yeah, we need to get a better lighting setup. The face cam isn't terrible, but it could be better. A hand cam definitely needs a better cam setup and better lighting setup. Purpose there is that we haven't played with a keyboard in a few years now, several years. Other than to search for things within games, so no movement within a game. We've used this, the Razer Tartarus, joystick, gamepad. We have a number of other things we want to try too. So it's kind of a non-traditional, or at least unconventional input methods to see what ways we can play various games with. The focus being Minecraft, but with the cyborg, we can have multiple profiles. So I think we use the Minecraft profile for Planet Crafter, which works out fairly well. I think the jump key still needs to be matched, but other than that, it's not too bad. And for Satisfactory, we have our own profile set up there because it's different enough. And the benefit there is that if different games have different keyboard buttons for functions, so like space and space and Planet Crafter, but shift or something in Satisfactory, you can map both of those keys to the same key on the cyborg with the tool that they give you with their software. And just put it on different profiles, and that way your muscle memory on your movement like that, you can play the same. You don't have to kind of relearn movement patterns because of different key bindings that a game might have by default, which I like. I'm still dialing those in, but it's going well. Oh, hello, welcome in. Yeah, so that's going pretty well. So it'll be a little bit over half an hour, I'm guessing, here. Then we can go spend the remainder of the time over at Overmorrow. And we'll spend some of that dirting. We have enough we can do there, and I think we have enough durability on our fortune pickaxe that we can deal with the sandstone, and enough on our shovel to deal with the sand. So we shouldn't need to do too much mending. We should be able to save that for the end of the stream. All right. Let's keep going. And yeah, we have a number of other things that we're behind on, so we want to keep it a little tighter to the hour and a half today. Oh, but on the gaming front, tomorrow is a double header day. Well, kind of. It's a Minecraft morning and a Satisfactory evening. So Minecraft start time between 10 and 11 a.m. Pacific. And we play for an hour and a half or so. And then Satisfactory will be in the evenings. Likely sometime between 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern for about an hour to 2 hours as well. As far as the go live times, if you keep an eye on Blue Sky, follow us there, My Trip Media on Blue Sky. We make our go live announcements there with about a 10-minute heads up. We generally go live pretty close to when we make the announcement, but we try to keep the first 10 minutes or so just kind of figuring out what we're doing the rest of the stream before we get into too much. But if you're following on TikTok and Twitch as well, you should get live notifications there. Not bad. We're going to drop off some stuff here in a second because We have a lot of extra material here. And I actually don't know if it's all going to fit in this chest. Let's see what will fit. No, so it won't all fit there. We have some space in here, though. Okay, so let's go pick up our other material, drop it off. Then we'll go to Inkwood proper. And then we will kind of take stock of where we are, and we'll make our way back to Overmorrow. And we had our timing pretty close. We're at 31 minutes or so. All right, so let's actually, we could probably drop off some of this coal. Oh, in the dirt. We want the dirt. And the diorite. Did we put diorite in here? We did. Okay. Okay. I think we had some stuff over here that we could pull. Yeah, so there's some dirt, diorite. Oh, we can drop off the coal because we're turning our copper into copper blocks. We only have one spot left, which I think is okay. And we can take our dirt block with us. Oh, can we take... Nope, can't take any of that with us. Oh, well. But this is what we're talking about. Well, if we click on it, this is what we're talking about. So we can load that up, and then we can load that up. Now we have enough space that if we go to our... I mean, we won't get a ton, but we get a little experience for it. We get a little copper for it. And every so often we can turn those into blocks, and eventually we'll have a lot of blocks that we can do stuff with. Okay. Okay. Let's what is it? So 35 minutes. Okay. We can't do a whole lot with our tools here, so we're just gonna take a height of 300 or so, and then we're gonna just something like this, and make sure we don't fall. And this ought to be a good gliding line. Perfect. There we go. Not a lot to look at up here, but it's safe enough and saves us some rockets. We'll make our way back because it's, 10 to 15 rockets to get back in a straight line kind of in a reasonably quick time. We can take probably 7 to 10, so still kind of in that range, but on the lower side if we just go up and then kind of glide down the descent over 300 height. Gets us really close from our 2000 to our kind of like 400 and 00, which are kind of the, actually it'd be like 00 and 250 are our lines on Overmorrow, right? So we should start seeing the caravan road. Yeah, there's the caravan road. And we're gonna have to take one more to get in, but you can see if we would have stayed up a little bit higher, gone at 320 or so, we could have glided in. Welcome in, Fazbear Entertainment. Appreciate the follow. Do you need Minecraft or other games yourself? Oh, we have diorite and dirt on us. Let's drop off the diorite so that we have room to collect our sand and sandstone. And if you check out our TikTok and Blue Sky, someone Pinterest and Instagram, they're kind of scattered around. You'll see our like little progress updates on Overmorrow here and a little bit on Inkwood too. Over on YouTube, we have our full like 2.5 hour or so world tour, and then we have kind of a time-lapse version of that cut down to like 30 minutes over on TikTok. So I think we'll focus on this. Some of these, like, I don't know, little pieces like that, if they really bother me in the moment, we might work on them. Otherwise, we're going to focus on these kind of bigger patches and whatnot. Oh, thank you for the like, Simi. Appreciate it. How's the Thursday going? Oh, let's do this. Yeah, because as we build things, then we can worry about, you know, the little bits of, you know, a block here, there that we didn't get the first time around. We don't need to spend too much time hunting those down and whatnot. All right. Okay. Let's put that in there. And I can't wait. Well, I'm hoping it gets implemented. So I can't wait for something that allows more customization on the vibrant visuals. Because for me, and I think this came up in the Spawn Drunks too. Great Minecraft podcast, by the way. That the idea of having different colorizations per biome was a good consideration, but more than likely having just something more consistent across the biomes would be better. But I think that's one of those things where you could add more sand to the box by, there is some configuration buttons under the Vibrant Visuals menu. And I think that's one of the things you can kind of toggle of whether you wanted different biome tinting, I guess, or saturation, whatever the proper name for it would be. Okay, so it's getting dark. So at some point, we're probably going to have to find a safe spot. Okay. I'll do this part, and then I need to grab a drink and whatnot, or another drink. We're getting low. Then we'll be back. All right. And there we go. Oop. Yeah, so that. Get rid of all this sandstone. Get rid of the sand. Okay. Jump out. Yeah, and I don't want it to sound like it was not a good effort and not appreciated. Having some kind of shaders here is great. I do have my eye on a few others in the marketplace that I want to kind of try out. But having it in game is definitely appreciated, and I like the shadows and the water. The water is fantastic during the day. At night, I don't know what could be done, but something that makes it less invisible. And it means that the game is more consistent across what you see and what you would get from a world download. Because when I say I want to try the other shaders, it would only be in the creative copy of the world we make for the purposes of screenshots. It wouldn't be for actual gameplay. We want to keep that 100% vanilla. So this is just Minecraft out of the box. Okay, so right, what were we gonna do with this? I forget what we were gonna do with this. I think we were gonna have some of the TNT or something maybe come out here and do something, or were we just experimenting with something? Or we could have the TNT or the gunpowder kind of come out here and drop into this. Or maybe we were just experimenting with something here. Get to what we were doing with this. Wait. Anyway. This is our TNT farm. So we are gonna AFK in here for just a minute. We are not going to this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we do need to get a drink and pick up a package, but we will be right back. So we're not going to go be right back because we'll be less than a minute. Or yeah, yeah. Well, we will be right back, and we'll just leave Minecraft going. And we are back. All right, so let's go back outside. Yeah, well, that was quick, but we haven't talked about this in a while. So this was a farm that we got from Silent Whisper that I believe he got from somebody else. So it's a game of telephone kind of creeper farm. Because we modified it from their design. So there's four levels of these ice things with trapdoors on the bottom, buttons on the top. There are little catches on the end here for the creepers to come to in their pathfinding. And they can't get to the dirt pass. They're blocked from that, so they eventually find their way in here. If they don't walk forward, the pistons here push them onto the water. From there, they go down and fall down this shaft. If they don't fall down in the center, there's a handful of pressure plates around that will trigger these pistons around the edges, and they'll keep going off until they make it down the center shaft, in which case the campfire takes care of them, and then the gunpowder gets collected into a chest down below. Oh, well, hello, Nikki. Welcome in. I didn't see you come in. How's the Thursday going? And how's the Minecraft and what was it? Was it Hogwarts Legacy I saw yesterday as well? All right, today we'll fly up here and try to get a look down of our progress so far. All right, so let's try to line this up. Okay, good. Yeah, so it looks like our southern and eastern side is coming along pretty good, but we have a little bit there and some to fill in there, so that's not too bad actually. And then once we do this little patch here, the southeastern side will be all done. And then we just have not a terribly good sized piece on the southwestern side. And then we can focus on the northeast and northwest sections of getting it converted over. And I think I had started playing around with it. It's kind of hard to see here, but I think Joel Duggan had mentioned it as well. Some of the grass color change from like plains to kind of the savanna and desert. And potentially using some of the like moss blocks, moss carpets, things like that to kind of colorize the grass. So the carpets I think we could use because that would keep it. Oh, sounds good, Nikki. Thank you for sticking around. Well, I guess it really wouldn't make too much difference because we're not trying to make it spawn proof through slabs like we are in Haven's End. It's more lighting, and then we'll have. Well, we can't have too many iron golems because we don't want to interfere with our iron farm. But through lighting and other things, we can keep mobs from spawning in here. So I guess it does open up some of the green block designs that we could use to keep things looking like grass and not like our grass needs water. I mean, if we turn off vibrant visuals, we'll get it all back anyway. So hopefully that comes back at some point. But with that, let's go fill in this section over here. Oh. Okay. Getting a little paranoid with the stream cutting out because the last 2 days we've had like a weird connection issue on the OBS side. Stream, restream, and our Wi-Fi was holding up. Everything else was working. It was just our bitrate fell to 0. Well, it fell to 0 in OBS, and it fell to 0 in our Twitch dashboard. But everywhere else it looked fine. But it seems to be holding out today, so it's good. All right, so we'll get this dirt down and then we'll check how much we have on us. Okay. Okay. So we've got 3, 4, 4.25 or so. Okay, so let's. Okay. I don't know what this was, but I think it was supposed to be some kind of underground shaft. I mean, it goes underground somewhere. I don't know where. Where does this go? Yeah, so there's some kind of cave system down here, which is why we kept that. I don't know what we'll use it for, if we'll connect it to the smuggler tunnels or something like that, but it could be useful. Probably make it a little bit bigger than this, but we could have some kind of little tool shed or little pop-up stand, fruit stand, something. Okay, so that takes care of that and that. So we're pretty good here. Let's follow up to the corner here, finish that. Oh. Okay. Sweet. All right. Okay. This is good. Okay. Oh, and then we need to fill in like this stuff too. Okay. Right. So then we'll just walk along the water's edge here, the promenade. Do we need anything in here? No, we don't need anything in here. Okay. That will work. Okay. All right. We got a good section done here. I think there was a little bit over towards the 0 line. Yeah, so we got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then we'll be good. Oh. He's in there. Okay. Well, we'll probably have to dig around under some of this, but that's fine anyway. Okay. Maybe it's... Whoop. There we go. It's fill in the dirt. Okay, so this section here, just the right of center, I think is all we have left on the northeastern side. So that'll be a quarter. Well, I mean, it's not quite even, but it'll be a quarter of the area done, which is good. You know, making progress. A little bit here, a little bit there. So we're getting the grass done here. We're getting the ravine done at Inkwood. Kind of behind the scenes, we're working on our path to the library. And then from there, we'll work on the path to Goat Farm. And then from there, the path to Oasis City, because Oasis City needs to be framed out. And let's see. I mean, the Garden Temple is going to be a ton of work, so we're not going to finish that before the book's out by any stretch. But at least it's going, and we can spend more time there. We can go back to draining the ocean there if we want. We can go back to the squeegee method, which was gonna meant to save us time, or we can do just sponges and dry them out. Potentially, we could go scout out other ocean monuments and raid them for the sponges. Which that's another thing. I mean, not that sponges have to be like easily craftable, but given the work that goes on to them, welcome in, Yo Taylor. You can always message me on TikTok to see if I'm available. Generally pretty busy with this project, but occasionally I do consider, at least temporarily, participating in other servers. And the closer we get to being able to do this full time, the more likely I'll be able to consider joining other servers. Because right now it's on kind of a first come, first join. Okay. So we need to put this down. We need to put sound some. Okay, so that should cover this pretty well. Any dark spot over here. Okay, did we get everything? I see a dark spot over here, then we'll go get some dirt. But thank you for stopping by in any case. I see some darkness over here. Oh, we didn't fill that up. Okay, that was odd. Okay. Let's go get some dirt. We only have one block? Hmm. Plenty of diaries. Oh, hey GG, how's it going? How's the Thursday treating you? Thank you for the like. Okay. Glad to hear that. And thank you for the follow. It's good to know that the follow alerts are working now. And even if I don't catch the animation, I can catch the audio. So put that in. Is this the spot that we want? Yeah, I think that's the stair step spot. So we want to keep that closed. We can do that maybe, and then this will show. Yeah, that'd be good. Have you been getting around to any other games, GG, lately? Oops. Grab a carrot. Okay, let's get this. Get the sand for all of this out in the sandstone. Really want to get the south eastern side done. Check that off of our to-do list. Oh, there we go. I guess we can leave those couple there. And that way we'll have some kind of indicator of that there's something in there. And oops, probably put a twitch back. And now we'll just start filling it in. And then we'll take a fly around and see what we missed. And kind of engage from there. Right? All right, our wandering trader feels safe because he's still visible. Right, so, oh, we don't need that because that little sand block there is going to be our indicator that we have another path under the city for kind of our potential smuggler's path, smuggler's tunnels. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. So let's fly away and then come back. Yeah, okay. Because this is a tunnel down, right? So that's a tunnel down. This is a tunnel down, right? Don't know what it is just yet, but we'll leave that there. Is that for something? I do kind of like the torches at night. The way that they light up is nice. Because you could see the path out to one of the villages and then a few torches by the outpost. Which I guess is not technically in the third realm, so which is why we haven't done anything with it. But we might work on some of that later. Okay. All right, so put some of this in there. Okay, fine. Okay. All right, let's probably leave the line there for now until we put some diorite or something else to kind of do that. And this is our center line that more or less comes off the gate. And this would be dividing the realm 5 and 6. So that's why I guess this would be kind of a special one because it would be a double gate. Because it's every 18 degrees. Right. So that would be 18 to 4 would be 72. So realm 5 would be probably somewhere over here, and then the 90-degree mark would be here, and then from 90 to what is it, 108 degrees over here somewhere would be realm 6. So that works that this can be kind of a double gate, and it represents the east and west. Because everything is on the southern side. Yeah, so that goes good there. And yeah, so the only thing that I'm questioning is our TNT farm is functional, but I'm kind of wondering, you know, I'm not going to do this anytime soon because it's too useful right now. But it does kind of block the center line, and we did want to build some more on the other side of Dawnbridge and put something that size or maybe slightly smaller, but probably that size. Put, you know, somewhere between 4 and 6 of those along the wall. And then maybe have those kind of kind of funnel to a central collection area. And once we do that, then we would probably take this one down and shift it. Because we have to decide where we want the gate to be visible from. Because if we came over, you know, if we're in, you know, the fourth or the third is over there somewhere. So this would probably be in the fourth realm. You can see all of the gate. So that's something that's going to have to sit in the back of our mind while we contemplate the line that we want to be visible, because it can't be visible from everywhere because the gate is too low. I guess our other option would be to have a few spots where you can see the gate that are little local secrets. Oh, did our audio cut out? Looks like our audio might have cut out. There we go. Okay. Like a local secret where you can see the gate from the ground up. So we could do something like, since we're starting our story in the third realm, maybe we have a line there. If we do that, we could leave this gunpowder farm where it is, and instead we could actually like widen and raise the gate so that the gate would be taller than the gunpowder farm. So make it somewhere here, kind of like where the top of the scaffolding is, like bring that over to make it even more prominent. And then that way you could see it from everywhere, and it would be more of a the closer you get to it, the slightly taller your buildings would be, so that it's as like a slope effect. Because you wouldn't want to taller on the outside, I mean, because that would make it easier to see and have the buildings get shallower, like an amphitheater kind of thing. But the problem there is that, like, if the bamboo farm were tall, you know, being closer to the outside, we wouldn't be able to see the building at all. So that's something we'll have to think about. So I'm thinking either we do the center so that like 5 and 6 is kind of the special double gate and we see it and we remove the TNT farm, or we have that special gate. We have another spot where maybe from our third realm, which is somewhere over here. Where's our road? Because yeah, we're getting close to our time, so I want to kind of get a feel for this. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is our 45 line, which would be right in the middle of. Yeah. So this is this way. Yeah, so this line here is the exact middle of the third realm. So to go a few blocks this way and a few blocks this way. Did we lay down? I don't think we lay down we started laying it down there, like laying out lines. About 100 blocks is the goal. Kind of like rays coming off of a sun. And that'd be our goal, to kind of casually like line off the degree lines, because we're not having any wars between the realms necessarily. But anyway, if we work on that assumption, of we have like this be our secret spot, kind of where the locals know. If you stand somewhere over here, you can see the gate from top to bottom. And you get kind of an obstructed view from the center line where realms 5 and 6 meet, but it has a special gate there. Maybe that adds a little more character and has some level of plan, but some level of organic nature as well. I think that could work. And it would then help then because we need to make sure that our warehouse there here gets pushed back a little bit more. Or we kind of taper the side here, like pull in this corner to the left so that we could see it. And then this building here would need to be shifted completely, which I think is our like, either a dirt or tool area, one of the two. I think it's tools. Yeah, because weapons and armor is on the other side. So I think that's tools. In any case, this line of netherrack here is a framework for buildings. So we would want to push that to either side. So either drag this corner over and kind of move the whole thing over and closer to this building, or move the whole thing to the left and leave kind of a path here to see the gate. I think that's good, and then it kind of serves like it's the center of the world. It's both a place of organization in that the realms are divided evenly on 18 degrees from 0, on the half circle. The horizon wall divides everything in half, so you have this order. But then realm 3 is the realm that has the view, so it's the first realm with a story. It's making an odd number. It's the third realm, which is also an odd number. And then both of which are prime and has some kind of organization and organic feel to it that way. But so I think that's going to be our choice 1 for now, but we'll sit on that idea for a while and we'll see if we still like that going forward and if we remember it enough to like it. So that it's not just a choice we're making in the moment. Which is why it helps to kind of go slow on these larger builds. So when ideas like that come up, we can think about it. And if we like it for long enough, then it's an idea that we're going to stick with. And yeah, doing pretty good. Wow. So we rebooted, we refreshed, restreamed, but it's still showing not streaming on TikTok, but just sending data. I don't know if that's a bug on their side. In any case, let's go sleep. Oops. How much dirt do we have? We don't have a whole lot of dirt, so maybe we won't worry too much about that. Let's see, we got... Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll grab 2 or 3 stacks of diorite and start expanding out our... There, right? We'll do that. Let's check over here too. Let's see if we're getting actually any bamboo, or if we haven't been close enough here to get anything to work. Yeah, I don't think we've been close enough here to get anything to work. Okay, so nothing's gone through there. Which would spit it out here. Right? And then from in here, we would get something. Oh. Is that a crafter? That's a crafter too. Yeah, so nothing's in there. Okay, so that's fine. That just means that we don't have enough material, which is fine. Oop. Oop. That wasn't good. Let's not have any accidents. Okay, let's just go this way, and then we'll just circle back around. Nice and easy. Where's our, is this stepped? No. So where's this step piece at? Oh, that's our step right there. Okay, so this is, oh, this is too far in. This is our zero line. Okay, okay. So that's getting us inside the wall. Oop. So we'll light some of this up as we go here. And we'll just lay down a couple stacks here so it doesn't look so odd. Like coming up at an angle, we want it to feel kind of imposing. We don't want it to be sheer, but we want it to be imposing, and then we'll add the texture to it later, which is why you can see here the sand somewhere like around here. One of those lines is the sand line that we're leaving to keep texture on the wall. I think this first one gives us 10, so I don't know if 10 will be enough, so we might extend this line like 20. Not that it has to be sand, but trying not to build anything within that area until we get things more concrete. Right, so that we have enough space to add the texture to the wall, any smaller towers or things like that that we want to include. And what 150 is going to be kind of our base height, and then it does go up when we get to the mountain where we have our ice farm. But then on the other side, we'll have it come back down to 150, and so that'll be our kind of our base height. Because if we really wanted it to go across all the mountains, I don't know what the highest would be, but we'd probably have to make it another 100 blocks, like 250 or something. So we'd almost be build height at that point. Like, what, 250 would be what, 70 blocks short of build height? So we don't want to do that. Right, so then we'll, oh, okay. Do this. Right, and then we'll come out here. We don't want to fall in any lava. So probably want to turn that into water at some point or turn that into stone at some point. Or encase it in something. Don't have anything that I really need the lava for anymore, so I don't know if we want to like just dig out a trench or something if we actually need it in lava in the future. Or if we want to add a story for why the lava is there. Oh, and then this is what we were talking about here. So this wall will go on perpetually to the world border, but for now we're not even going to try to build the frame out that far. We're just building whatever fits in the story that we have at the moment. And then whenever we expand off into the other realms, then we'll expand the wall as relevant for what's visible. But that is pretty good. You can see that's probably close to 100 blocks below. You can kind of see our shadow moving down there. So, I mean, it's doing some work in the background, calculating where the shadow ends up. Although, I mean, I don't know what algorithm would be doing. There's probably some clever tricks to do like ray trace from point A to point B of solid blocks, and however they're calculating the amount of solid blocks around me and the direction I'm looking and whatnot, cutting off some of the blocks that it can't be. So, and then these are things we're trying to preserve too. So like this savanna going out into the desert, we didn't put that dirt there. So we want to preserve kind of some of those earlier terrain issues. Okay. Okay, so let's go over here. Don't think there's anybody here, right? So we'll probably build a bridge or something here. So, and we'll probably clean up our path at some point too. But for now, let's just do this. And then we can put torches or something along this. And so I think it's a good idea to have this because it's in another realm, but it's also close enough to Overmorrow that it could fit into the story somewhat. So then we'll probably, I don't want it to go there, so I probably want it to go straight across maybe. So have the road curve here, right? And then if it comes up, it comes maybe here. Yeah, then we can have it kind of curve and go over. Something like this maybe. go on the path here, and this should hit the edge of Overmorrow on the side here, right? Yeah, perfect. That puts us at our hour-and-a-half mark, so we can go do our other story stuff that we need to do, our other projects. Oh, and there's our... Oh. Okay. Right. So we'll do a quick flyover, we'll go sleep, and then we'll call our stream there probably. Unless anyone in chat has any questions. Okay. Okay, so let's go this way. And, okay, we'll admin that idea. We need to get torches up because we don't want things spawning up there. Like that. And probably put something here. Okay, that works. Okay, now we'll go other way. Where's that path? Oh, there it is. So it's... Oh, we can't even see it from this side. Okay. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna duck here. And we'll light this up and then we'll take a look down. Maybe we'll light that path up. Uh-oh. We don't have any arrows on us, so there we go. Okay, so now we can go a little faster. Okay. But we don't want to get caught up here at any point and have a skeleton or a spider knock us off. Or a creeper. Uh-oh. Back. Back. Exit. That was odd. Okay. That was the second time that I noticed a phantom shifting of the keys. But we can light this up and then go up there and see what's going on. All right, so somewhere over here. Yeah, okay, so this light's up here. And over here. This thing's in. Okay. So that's pretty good. So what does that look like now? And at 150, it's not quite enough that one rocket will get us up here. All right, so that looks pretty good. I mean, the water part isn't lit up, but that's fine. That will get lit up if we have anything on a bridge. But we now have a little definitive path there. Something that we can refine. Right, so that's lit up. They'd come through here, follow this path over. That, or it would be a long bridge. Well, we'd have to take this part down and just have a bigger stream and have a longer bridge, but I think either having it come diagonal, like maybe having it come here and over, or just continuing with what we have and having it come over, maybe having this kind of taper here, come over. That gets us in. And then it does give us like a nice kind of straight path here to lead into Overmorrow. We do need to light up a little bit more on the outside perimeter to keep things from coming into. But I think this does pretty well. So I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah. And yeah, the terraforming is coming along. So looks like the southeastern side is done. Now we need the northeastern side. So over here, we'll start working on this. And then we'll start working on the western side, but making really, really good progress there. So I think we'll end the stream down at our... Wait, what are those? Oh, redstone stuff. We'll end the stream at our zombie farm. We're not going to stay too long on stream once we get there. So we're going to start our wind down. So thank you, the Nookie, CG, Fazbar, Serial, Barbara, and C Bullers for all of the likes and follows and support today. If you want to see more of what we're doing, you can check us out on Linktree. It's Linktree/MyTripMedia. And the link for that will be on the outro screen here in a second. That will have links to our TikTok, Twitch, and the VODs over on YouTube. You'll also have links to our Blue Sky, where we make our go live announcements, as well as our other projects there. And any new projects will also be there as well. You'll find links to GitLab, which has our world download and whatnot there. If you like that, you can follow us there. If you really like it, you can share it out and help us grow. And with that, we need to get to some of our writing projects. So we will see you tomorrow when the journey continues on day 5. Is that 550? 550. And remember, tomorrow is also a double stream day, so we'll be doing Minecraft in the morning and Satisfactory sometime between 7 and 9 p.m. Pacific time. So keep an eye out for that. And with that, we will see you tomorrow when the journey continues.